Hi, beautiful people. How you doing? I know it's been a while. I did a YouTube video to give you update on my PhD diary, and it's my fault, and it's also not my fault. I'm a kind of person that when there are a lot of things for me to do or a lot of things to discuss or get into, it could become overwhelming for me. And my coping strategy is to avoid, you know, and let me say fright instead of fight. So I'm just gonna give you like a quick run of how my first year in my PhD program went, especially my last semester, that is the spring of 2024. So, right from my first semester, I joined two projects. One is on indoor air quality, and another one is on a particular administrative software that could help organization to have proper management for their safety issues like injury rate and incident rate. So it wasn't really deep in my first semester because I just joined the program and I'm just trying to get a inch of how everything works. So in my spring semester was when I really participated in this project, and it's not all about remote thing. So you have to get like physical, you have to be in the field to do the job. So I will talk about the indoor air quality first. When we're talking about indoor air quality, for that project, we are trying to assess. I'm gonna be using IAQ because IAQ means indoor air quality. So we're trying to assess the IAQ for schools here in Alabama, and we know there are a lot of things that comes into IAQ. So we're talking about the TVOC, that's the total volatile organic compounds. We are talking about the particulate matter. We are talking about the ventilation system because ventilation system it's very important when we are discussing IQ. We're talking about the temperature, we are talking about mold. So it's a big project, and what I am involved in is the ventilation and the TVOC, that's the total volatile organic compounds. So I used my special equipment I like the balometer for the ventilation. So I check the flow rate of the ventilation in the classes. So there are different kinds of ventilation system. We have the gray, we have the supply and return, we have different types, and funny enough, on getting to some of these schools, there are different types that you see. So it takes special skills which I haven't really attained to discern how to actually measure some of this. And I didn't go on this first field project with my advisor, my mentor. So on getting there, I saw something totally different because I'm used to the diffuser system, and I saw something very different. And I just had to like email my advisor like urgent ventilation, because I didn't know what to do. And she just replied me and told me to send a picture. I sent it to her, and she told me, "Oh, what you need to do is take the return, take the supply, then we are going to do the calculation and thing." So I did that, and I can tell you, going on that field project was really an eye opener for me because meeting these people that are strange to me that I don't know and working with other people that have been in this field for a long time is like was very helpful for me. So I gained that skill of how to measure, calculate ventilation, and also the TVOC, because a lot of things are involved in TVOC. We are talking about formaldehyde, it could be ammonia, it could be anything that we don't know. So any organic compound. So it's like the total in like all together. And I used my PID, that's the photoionization detector, to measure the TVOC. So that is brief on that. Then the second one, on the administrative control, we haven't gotten to the stage of collecting data. So I concluded the literature review, and we were able to determine the sample size, the sample of organizations, sample of industries that are going to join the research. And another important project that I did last semester, this was a personal project. I just wanted to like check the um, quality of hair and more like exposure assessment, right? So because I took a course in environmental and occupational exposure assessment, and we did a couple of things, and one of the things we need to do to complete the course is to complete a personal project. So I decided to do exposure assessment on cleaners as the occupation, you know. So, and I try to work with some cleaners in the school environment, but it was hard, and or I was already approaching my deadline. So I decided I'm gonna switch the project to my home bathroom. So I was the cleaner, and I cleaned my bathroom for a whole week. So I collected the data for 5 days. Yeah, not 7 days. For 5 days. And what I did was I used bleach and regular bathroom cleaner and to clean the bathroom. So I tried to do the background assessment of the TVOCs and the particulate matters and the temperature and the relative humidity in my bathroom before I started using this product. So I did a background assessment, then I did the cleaning. I used the bleach first, then I used the bathroom cleaner, then I left my instrument reading for another 15 minutes. Then I did that for 5 days, and I was able to. Okay, so I had a couple of issues. I'm in training, guys. So I had a couple of issues with data collection because um, I used a particular hair product, the spray glue we used. I used it before I started taking the measurements, and that actually affected my data on day two because the TVOC of that particular hair product was extremely high, and it makes it go the wrong way. But I didn't really know it's gonna affect it, in the end. So I ignored. Then on the fourth day, I used alcohol spirit to clean my thermometer, and it threw it off again on day four. So it's more like I have just reasonable data in 3 days out of 5 days. Eventually, I did the T test. The T test didn't give me like a reasonable result, but the PM data was positive. Like I got a good result, like good answer, and so we did the presentation and all. But that was just like a practice for me to learn how to conduct exposure assessment. But before it got to that stage, there are a lot of things you need to have put into consideration. If you want to do a direct or indirect testing, or if you want to do exfoliation, different things that need to be involved before you proceed with the project you want to do. And so this same last semester, I had a talk with my advisor because I've been exploring different things for my own personal project. So I told him whatever I want to do for my project, I want to create something, like I want to develop something. I just don't want to do assessment, or I don't want to do exposure assessment. I told him I want to create something, and I have a lot of interest in PPE, that's the personal protective equipment. And so he told me that, yeah, that we could explore that, that there are a couple of projects that he's thinking about. Then he told me about a project that the material science department, that's in the engineering building, are working on, and he is working on them with it. And he said he feels like I could take it up and do it. And I was like, what is it? He told me what is it. I was like, yes, exactly that. I'm really interested in it. And it's about developing a particular PPE for thermal stress. So this is PPE is like we are trying to develop a personal protective equipment that workers in the occupational environment, like in industry, could use, that's gonna reduce the effect of temperature of heat, that is gonna get through to them. And we all know the way our climate environment, like climate is, environmental health, the climate is changing, the temperature is increasing day by day. So, and the way it is going, we need to do something about it, and I am interested in it. And last semester I took a course in physical agents, And physical agents involves, I know I did it in my last episode. It involves all these particular agent that could affect workers in the workplace. We have a physical under physical agent we have the radiation, we have thermal, that's the heat stress, the one I'm interested in. We have noise. Noise is something that is very, very interesting too, and voluminous. But I think I like heat stress, even though I thought I would like it because it's a lot. Heat stress, thermal is complicated. It involves this WBGT. When you're dealing with WBGT, it involves the radiant air, the wet bulb temperature, the relative humidity, and a lot of things needs to be involved. Even the clothing of the worker is involved. So because you need to be able to know how to calculate the heat stress index, and all these things you need to put them in place. So it's complicated, but I'm interested in it. And developing this particular material is gonna be like, and if it works, because after you I'm gonna work in like developing this material. I'm gonna do a lot of testing, like a lot of testing, standard testing, to know the effectiveness, if it's actually working or not. Then we can now think of actually increasing it into a large scale. But it's gonna be a lot of work, but I'm interested in it. And this summer I took only one course online, that's scientific integrity, learning about how to collaborate scientifically, and knowing about all these scientific misconduct and how to avoid them, not to get yourself in the mess. So, and another thing that is very important for me this summer is getting my project in the moving vehicle. So I already finalized on what I'm going to do. I've been doing that for the couple of months, and now I'm at the stage of ordering all the materials, the chemicals that I need. Some of the equipment I needed some parts, so I need to place order for it, and that is the process I am right now. So when I have all these things ready, also the standard testing I'm using, we needed to purchase it, which was done. So I'm just glad for the kind of advice so I have. And one of my colleagues too that have been helping me seriously on this, she knows about how to place the orders and all, so she's helping me out on that. So when I have all these things ready, then I can be in the laboratory almost permanently and start working on this thing. So that's like a brief of what has been happening, and I'm telling you guys, I'm at the stage where I'm so excited and also scared at the same time. However, um, I'm still happy, and I think I'm making progress. And another thing is, during the summer, I think I attended a couple of conferences, two major ones, and the last conference I did was the AIHA conference, that's the American Industrial Hygienist Association, and I can tell you it was eye-opening, and it makes me feel like all the things that I'm doing are like the major things that they are trying to tackle in the association. Indoor air quality, heat stress, those are like, they even have a task force for them. And when I tell people in the conference about what I'm doing, they're like, "Oh, really? I want to introduce you to this person," and it was just fun, and I don't know how to describe the feeling. And another thing is, so I joined the PPE association, and that's the personal protective equipment group in AIHA, and I wasn't like that as the secretary elect, which I was told it's a 5 years commitment. From there, I'm gonna be the secretary. From there, vice chair. From there, you be the chair. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So I just don't know what the future holds, but I know whatever it is, it's gonna be good. And so fall semester is going to begin soon, and I know some people say the second year might be the toughest, but I feel it's not going to be tough for me, because I've been through a lot of hardships, like a lot of things academically or professionally, which I was able to overcome, and I do it. Someone asked me a question, how was I able to manage all these things and I'm still able to live my life like I got nothing to worry about? And the thing is, it's my coping mechanism. If I see things that too overwhelm me, I run. Like, Not like I'm gonna leave it, but I just take a break. I escape. It might be if I'm in the office and I'm working, maybe I'm doing the literature review and I've been there for hours and it's looking like the temperature is getting so hot. I just shut down my laptop and I leave and come home and relax, eat good food or watch Netflix or just take a break or go out on an adventure. That's my coping mechanism. By the time I'm back, I have the full energy to do whatever I want to do. So that'll be all for this episode for now, and I'm gonna try to always keep up. And next episode I'm bringing in a guest, and I want you guys to anticipate for that because it's gonna be fantastic. All right, guys, this is the end of my PhD diary for this episode. I hope you're able to learn one or two things from what I've been doing, and you can drop your questions in the comments or whatever you feel, your suggestion, and I'm gonna improve. This is not professional, it's just me. So, see you. Bye.